Israel says it's tightening what it calls its stranglehold over Hamas in Gaza City as its campaign gathers pace. Israeli forces released videos of operations inside the Gaza Strip, including fighting happening in, quote, the depths of the enclave, an attempt to locate and disable the militant group's vast tunnel network. The IDF says at least 33 soldiers have been killed since the start of this ground offensive. The United Nations says 15,000 Palestinians heeded calls to evacuate south on Tuesday, many holding up white flags as they left the combat zone. The agency says the pace of civilians fleeing the north has also picked up amid intensifying crossfire. But tens of thousands still remain, many sheltering at hospitals or UN facilities with limited access to essential supplies such as clean water and food. A severe shortage of resources in the north has forced the closure of all bakeries there. Gaza's health ministry says more than 10,500 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli airstrikes since the 7th of October. More foreign nationals have managed to escape the enclave since the Rafah crossing opened for evacuations last week. 40 Filipinos have fled, and officials say at least 100 more are waiting to leave. Many, however, are still stuck with nowhere safe to go. More Sarah Coates joins us live from Tel Aviv. Sarah, it's about a week since the start of that Israeli ground offensive. How successful for Israel has that been so far?
Highway Sue, well, look, according to the Israeli military, very successful. The Defence Minister, Yoav Gallant, he came out just a short while ago to say that troops are now deep inside Gaza City, in the heart of Gaza City, he says, reaching places that they never thought were possible. Now, it just came out with an operational update saying that the weapons commander, a senior Hamas weapons commander, he's known as Mozu Abu Zina, has been killed. That is a man that's believed to be responsible for firing all of these rockets into Israel, thousands of them since the beginning of this war 33 days ago. And I just need to add, I am hearing some pretty loud booms in the distance. They began just before we came on air. No rocket alert sirens here in Tel Aviv, but look, these certainly could be interceptions either up north or in the south. Now, also another key line that the IDF is coming out to say, it says that troops have now surrounded the underground bunker, which belongs to the head of Hamas in the Gaza Strip, Yahya Sinwar. And look, if they do manage to kill or capture Sinwar, this would potentially cause massive reverberations right around the Middle East and would probably provoke some sort of a heavy response from Hezbollah on Israel's northern border, which would be extremely concerning.
So, of course, this focus on what's happening on the ground right now, but equally so looking at what happens the day after. Washington opposing an Israeli occupation of post-war Gaza. But is there any sign that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's vision for the enclave could eventually become a reality?
Well, look, according to the United States, that will not be a reality. We just heard from Secretary of State Blinken in Japan. He said that it's clear that Israel cannot occupy Gaza. He said the reality is there might need to be a transitional period, and this could be something that Netanyahu was speaking about. He didn't give any specific references or any further details. But look, it certainly is very clear, according to the international community and according to Israel's closest ally, the United States, that Israel must not try and take any Gazan territory, must not try and push any Gazans out of the Strip, nor occupy that land. These were very strong words we heard from Secretary of State Blinken. He made it pretty clear that after this war, after it's all done and dusted, with Hamas out of the picture, that's what the Israelis want anyway, that there must be no Hamas leadership left and it must be taken over by a Palestinian faction.
Thanks. Sarah Coates reporting live from Tel Aviv.